Hello everybody, this is Gummy Bear Gamer, here to bring you a video on Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Go ahead and comment down below if you're on Team Sprigatito, Team Fuecoco, or Team Quaxley. While you're down there, go ahead and drop a like and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell to where you can get all notifications. I'm going to be making weekly videos. Alright, without further ado, let's get into this. What major new gimmick or new feature will be introduced in Pokemon Generation 9? That is the question on everybody's mind right now. Well, new gimmicks and new features have been added at each and every generation, sometimes at the beginning and sometimes throughout, and they have always been adored by fans, ever evolving the series as a whole, making the games better, making them more of masterpieces, and making every new iteration unique. So let's look back in history at some of the new features and gimmicks that have been added across all of the generations. Generation 1, catching, training, battling, evolving, everything, the whole identity of the series. With it being the first generation, it's kind of hard to really say what the new feature or gimmick, since literally everything is the new feature and gimmick. So let's glide on past this to Generation 2, although they did introduce Kanto, which has been a major feature that has been visited many times across the series. On to Generation 2, breeding, being able to make your Pokemon, well, play with each other, to make an egg, which is an offspring. Well, we aren't too for sure since we don't really know how it ended up here. It really began to shape all the possibilities of what training your Pokemon means, literally from birth. Some Pokemon are unique as baby Pokemon. This was and is a beloved feature and has been further expanded upon with each and every game. Generation 3, double battles. What an amazing concept that they ran away with. It brings a completely different, unique way of strategically battling that you have to come up with completely different ways of battling with two Pokemon on each side of the field, each of them feeding off of each other, or in some cases, each of them detrimenting each other if you're not good at it. Heck, they even made 2 entire full-length spin-off games that might as well be considered mainline, that every single battle in them, with the exception of Wild Battles and XD, I think, are all completely done in double battles. Growing up playing those games was absolutely amazing, and it really dug in the staple of what double battling was. Also, Pokemon contests, it's obviously a major feature, and it's been in and out of the series for an entire time, but I just thought I'd give it a little blurb because it was definitely loved by the fans, and it was definitely a unique way to experience a different part of the Pokemon universe. Generation 4. This one's a little bit tricky. I personally would say the reintroduction of walking Pokemon. In Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, they reintroduced walking Pokemon, albeit a very finite amount of Pokemon in a very specific area, being Amity Square. They expanded upon the amount of Pokemon in Platinum, and they changed up Amity Square a bit to make it more interesting. And then boom, they pulled out the whole shebang in Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon Soul Silver. Everyone is here. Oh wait, wrong series. Every Pokemon can walk behind you. Everywhere in the entire region. It is absolutely amazing. This really added a lot of character to your playthrough, playing through the Johto region and along through into the Kanto region. Walking Pokemon was and will always be one of the fan favorite features because of how much depth it brings to just your experience of going through a region. Generation 5. I would personally say the major feature introduced in this generation, even though it was kind of a smaller rollout because you had to do a specific thing for it, it would be Dream World abilities, now called hidden abilities. These were abilities that you had to access via some online features in the game that gave you unique abilities to most Pokemon that were unique to them Some of them completely unique abilities, but most, if not all, were great with competitive. Oftentimes, not with all of them, their hidden ability, or at the time Dreamworld ability, was the de facto ability for competitive. It really made the games that much more unique. Competitive Pokemon battling thrived with the introduction of hidden abilities. Generation 6, the consensus best feature, best gimmick introduced in the history of Pokemon. You guessed it, Sky Battles. Yes, such a joy, the epicness of being able to fly with your Pokemon and battle in the sky, so much at stake. Wait, did I say the wrong thing? Oh, I meant Megaevolutions, also originally called Awakening. This gave some existing Pokemon a completely new form with completely new stats, often a completely new ability, and sometimes even new typings. This made the competitive scene go wild. It was a temporary form change as it was only accessed in battle by one Pokemon per battle, but it was really amazing. It was groundbreaking for the competitive scene, and it was groundbreaking for Pokemon as a whole. It has been the de facto greatest gimmick or feature that has been introduced, at least into the competitive scene. I would talk more about it, but I want to keep this video chugging along. Also, I highly doubt they'd ever remove that feature. It is so amazing. And if they did remove it, I'm sure it totally wouldn't anger like an entire fan base. Generation 7, regional forms. New forms of existing Pokemon based off of a new region, where they have adapted to the environment of this new region. Very unique forms often gave, why do I keep hitting the mic? Very unique forms often gave them new typing, new abilities, new moves. Just gave a lot of Pokemon love that maybe could use a little bit more love. It made the Pokedex that much more unique. Another great thing about this feature is it seems to be a feature that's going to stay for a long time. So with every new region, there's new regional forms, and it is a joy to speculate, and it is a joy to explore these new regional forms once the games finally come out. Oh yeah, I forgot, Generation 7 also introduced Z moves, essentially in most cases a one-shot nuke move or a really great utility move. That's a one-time use move in Pokemon battles that really changed the competitive scene a bunch. Generation 8, the new gimmick, Diabetes. Oh wait, I mean Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing. Totally not a controversial gimmick. Actually, in all reality, the gimmick isn't really all that controversial. It's just mainly they got rid of a particular gimmick and completely replaced it with this gimmick. And that particular gimmick might have been the consensus #1 favorite gimmick across all Pokemon fans. That being Megaevolution. This new gimmick completely changed the competitive scene. Added new forms, obviously, for the Gigantamax Pokemon that were pretty cool. Added if I remember correctly, doubling the HP of the Pokemon, and gave them these amazing one-hit moves. The other thing about Dynamax and Gigantamaxing is it gave them these new moves that acted similar for the 3 turns that Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing happens. That acted similar to the way of Z moves. Really cool. But for the sake of brevity and reality, I'm gonna just leave it all at that. I'm not gonna jump into the controversial bits of it too much and how a lot of people dislike it. That's all I'm saying. This brings us to Generation 9, Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet. I can only wonder and speculate what the new feature, what the new gimmick is going to be. I think we will see a return to Megaevolution. France, which is what Generation 6 is based off of, and Spain, which is what Generation 9 is based off of, are very close to each other in real life. So this could mean a connection. I personally believe that although we might return to Megaevolution, I think they're going to change it up and no longer call it Megaevolution. Maybe they might go back to the original name, like Awakened Forms, and just give us a generic key item. What is going on with my computer? Fudge. I believe it will be a gimmick or feature very similar to how Megaevolution worked. Maybe this can also play in part instead of journeying through the region trying to find a bunch of Mega Stones. You just have to get access to one Awakening Stone, and your Pokemon has to have the ability to awaken itself. I don't know, but I believe this gimmick will act similar in the vein of Mega Evolutions, where it will be a form change, where there will be stat changes, where there will be an ability change, potential type changes. I believe we are seeing a return to a fan favorite feature, and I love it. In closing, I'm excited to see what the new feature or gimmick is going to be. I am hoping that it's going to be similar to Mega Evolution and that we will be returning to that era again. Well, let me know your thoughts below. If you haven't already, drop a like, drop a comment, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for more uploads. Gummy Bear Gamer, out!